Okay, I want to show you a Mavic Pro case I got. In the past, I've done kind of a informal review of this guy right here. This is a water bottle case I found on Amazon. It seems to work pretty well. I'll just tell you a little bit about it and why I found something else. I've got the controller in here. One thing that kind of concerns me is this is a soft container, and so without some kind of protection on the sticks, it wasn't offering a lot on its own. Really the struggle I have with this one though is overall it's a soft container, and so you stick that in a pack. I was just worried that the Mavic could get a little bit damaged if it's rattling around a lot. You can see it fits, you know, an extra battery, so I've got an extra battery that will stick over here for now. There's the drone down inside it. The challenge I have with it is it fits pretty snug, and because it top loads like this, it can be a little tricky to get it in and out, to where you really have to kind of shimmy it in or out. I'm trying to do it gently because I really don't want to catch my blades or anything, but now that it comes out, the challenge is, you know, you've got to load it in there, and I'm worried about these props getting caught on the way in or the way out. And overall, it's just for how convenient it is to fly the Mavic, I want to be able to get it out and get it in the air quickly, instead of having to figure out how to get it inside and out of this. Otherwise, it's a pretty great simple case. It's made by Orca. I found it on Amazon. I think it was about $18. And so as I was thinking about how I want to store this Mavic, I was thinking of cases like this. This is a case I got, I think, from a company called Kelson. I originally got it for GoPro parts, and now it's just kind of to put random drone parts. I've got some mini Whoop stuff in here, or some mini Whoop clone stuff in here. I like that it offers kind of a hard shell kind of on the inside with a little bit of padding, but obviously you can see it's not big enough for the Mavic. If you look at these depth-wise, it's not really deep enough. Then I found I've got another case that I already had. Same idea, just bigger. Again, more random drone parts. Same problem though. Overall, it's not deep enough to really fit it, and so it's big, but it's big in the wrong dimensions. So that's when I came across these two guys. And so I heard about this on a Facebook group, and this is from a company called AliExpress, I believe out of China. And these are custom made. You can see custom made for a Mavic. This is specifically for the controller, obviously. And so if I stick this, it'll go right into that. And it's got holes for the sticks. It came with these two little donuts, which are great. They're kind of a hassle to get on and off just because you kind of have to remove them with two hands. But overall, they do a lot of protection. But you can see that this is designed for one of those 3D printed guards that a lot of people are using. I've got one on order actually, so it's on its way here. And I can't wait to use that because I think that'll also provide just a little bit of protection for the screen. But overall, once I shut this, it doesn't really rattle or vibrate. The fact that it's custom made means it's just the perfect size. And so we're going to stick this over here, and we're going to take a look at this one now. This is obviously for the drone itself, and so we can open it up. And what I like about it, so we can get a good view of that, is it's got a space specifically designed to kind of cradle the gimbal, the camera, and everything with the dome on. And so what we're going to do is we'll take this here and we'll just drop it right into there, and it fits custom enough that it actually, like, you'll push it in just a little bit and you can feel it. It's gripping on the sides here and here because it fits that snug. You fold this over and it fits nice and tight. I can go ahead and close this. In fact, one thing I often do is I like to stick just a simple cloth here to make sure that if I'm on a hike and these are rattling around, it's not going to create some wear on the top of the drone or on the top of the battery case. So you can go ahead and close that. And so now I've got both of these together. So the question is, what do we do with the other stuff? You've got the battery that obviously doesn't fit in here. You've got the charger, and honestly the charger didn't fit in my last case either. What do I do with all this? This, by the way, is a great thing to have. This is a little battery adapter that connects to your battery, and then you can charge phones or other things off it. But really what's great is if you're out hiking or camping you're often going to bring your drone down with like 30% left, because you don't really want a chance going somewhere and having the battery completely fail, and you don't want to run it down that far. But with 30% battery, you could still charge something like a phone off of it, and it's just a great way to kind of deplete the battery to a safe level, but also charge something else on the go. Anyways, what do you do with all this? Well, I would recommend you just put it in a little stuff sack like this, cinch that shut, and then ultimately you're going to put all three of these things in a backpack. My goal was, I don't want to have a dedicated pack to carry my drone in. I wanted to be able to put it in any pack. So let's take a look at a couple packs. Here's just one of my hiking packs. It's an Nalgene. It's kind of hard to see how big it is, but this is like a full-size day pack. But I can go ahead and stick this in here. I can stick this in here, just down at the very bottom, and stick this. If we look, it's hard to see maybe with the angle, but there's tons of room in there for other stuff. Let's try another pack. Here's my backpack for work. But in here I've already got a laptop, but I can stick this down in here, this down in here, all of my peripherals. Zip that up. I still have all this room in this other pack, or other side of the pack. I can zip that shut, and now I'm able to use this pack in a way that it can go in any backpack that I have. Let's cut down to why I really love it though. The fact that it's minimalistic and it's just the right size, that it's exactly the drone, means that I can break things up into smaller components and stick them into any pack. If you want this to really be as portable as it can be, having it all together in one pack is kind of a lug to stick into any other container that's not dedicated for just that. And so having these individual is really nice, because I can stick this in a side pocket if I need to. I can stick this in the main compartment or whatever. But it also has just enough of that hard casing. If I put pressure on this, it's actually the plastic on the side that's bearing the load, instead of crunching the propellers or crunching the gimbal. Everything is protected in there pretty nicely. Things that, you know, they could do better. I think every one of these cases, like the cases we looked at earlier, I'm thinking they're all probably made in the same factory in China. So the quality is all pretty consistent. The zippers, you know, they're a little bit stiff. Like if you're trying to go around the corners sometimes, you might have to work it a little bit. But the truth is, the zippers don't really have to carry a whole lot of load. It's not like a suitcase where you're going to be stuffing stuff in there and trying to wedge it shut with a zipper. So they're going to work pretty well regardless. Overall, I've been pretty happy with it. If you're looking for something that can allow your Mavic to go into any other pack with a good amount of protection, I think this is a solid way to go. I bought it on AliExpress for $32, and so far I've been happy.